What's up guys, my name's Woke. I'm an artist from Connecticut and it's still October, which means it's still spooky season. I've got this wall all prepped behind me. I don't really have a game plan, no sketch or anything. I've been enjoying that lately, so let's just see what happens.
So I'm starting on the upper left side of the wall. I did not want to do a piece that was just straight across, only because I knew I wanted to add some characters. Wasn't exactly sure where they'd fall into place, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to start on the upper left and maybe have my piece drop down to the lower right corner. I really wanted to get weird with this piece, so I thought it'd be fun to have every single letter be a different style, kind of similar to one of my last videos with the monkey. But yeah, I wanted the O to be a button. I just thought that would be kind of cool and go with the Halloween kind of theme. Just a random button, kind of creepy, like Coraline or something like that. I did a 3DA because I just thought that would be a nice center point. You can see here I'm erasing with the bucket paint to just do a little bit of cleanup as I go. This was definitely a different approach for me because I typically start in the center of the wall, but I just want to see where this would go and have fun with it. Like I said, no game plan, no sketch.
Okay, there's a bunch of scribbles on the wall behind me, so I need to clean that up with a lighter color. I'm gonna go ahead and do that in a sec, but I'm also noticing that there's some negative space here and negative space down here. And I think we can put some characters. And since I said it's spooky season, I'm gonna figure out some creepy ones while I'm mapping out the rest of this line work.
So I always say to bring two cans for the outline at the wall. I like to use one to sketch with and then one to come in and fine tune with. Now when you're doing this, make sure the colors are different enough. If they're too similar, it may not be very clear.
Super clear. Not at all, but it's up here. I'm gonna get started on the characters. Let's just see what happens.
I had this idea of putting this creepy female character's face in the upper right corner, but
yeah, I like how this character is turning out, but I think it should be a little lower and possibly a little larger to fill this space. So just remember, there's no mistakes, just more content. I'm gonna erase it and redraw it.
Listen guys, I'm not perfect. I can't always nail it first try, but yeah, that's what the bucket paint's there for. Just erase it, start over, make sure you're happy with that foundation, and yeah.
Make it bigger.
Okay, never mind. We're gonna do 3 times a charm, as they say. So here is the third attempt with a different approach. I just drew a line across instead of making the circle, and that planted the eyes exactly where I wanted them, and I was able to just kind of expand off of that. Okay, I know it's kind of hard to see, but in a sec you'll see me go in here with a lighter tone, and I'm just trying to fine tune all the lines and shapes that I made to map this in, expanding the hair to the right to take up some of that negative space and kind of create a flow.
Okay, this part's all mapped in. This part needs something. Maybe a spider? Let's try a spider.
So you can see I kind of created a flow with the letters going from top left to bottom right, and then I can balance off this entire piece by having the characters in the upper right and bottom left.
All right, I think I've got a pretty decent game plan going. I just have to do, some cleanup as I go, and I might end up going crazy with this thread coming out of this button that I made, and maybe add some insects, little grubs or something crawling on the letters. I don't know. Let's just have fun.
So I'm going to walk you through a bit of my process here. I always like to get everything done that requires a ladder first. Just everything that's up in the air, you might as well get that over with. It's going to be exhausting to go up and down, so get that stuff out of the way. You won't want to do it later, trust me. The other plus side to doing that is that if there's any drips that happen, you're going to cover them later. Rather than doing all this groundwork stuff and then doing something above it and having drips fall into that, it's just way more beneficial, trust me. And of course, I'm curious to know what you guys would like to have me discuss about my process. I want to know what you guys are interested by. If there's something you want to learn, something you want me to go over, please leave that in the comments now. Just take a sec to write that out. I do read my comments, so I want to know what you guys want to see. And now I'm getting into the eyes. I thought it would be kind of cool to just create like a glow and not really have pupils, just so it'd be a little more eerie, a little more creepy. I put some stitching on the lips just so it's, I don't know, kind of like this weird Halloween type shrunken head or something, or creepy voodoo. I don't know. I'm just having fun at the wall. Anyways, now I'm getting into the 3-dimensional A while also transitioning you guys into a commercial for my website. kbooart.com. There's plenty of merch here, so if you guys want to support me more, feel free to go on over there and check it out and maybe pick yourself up something. I really appreciate it. No pressure. Thanks, though. And now we'll get back into the piece. Picking the color schemes for each letter was definitely difficult. I wanted to make sure that every letter kind of played well off each other, so I decided that for the W, I would just do complete shades of pink. The whole thing would just be different tones of pink, seeing as how the A was already all shades of blue. And eventually, actually, here we go. I did add some grubs. I said I would add a little insect, a little grub. This ended up actually being one of my favorite characters and favorite parts of the whole piece. Back to talking about color, now we have the yellow button to kind of just play off this nice like pink and blue that we have, and even having that green of the grub on the left there. I just think all of these colors worked really well together to create a really good contrast throughout the piece. And now I'm getting into that little bitty spider on the bottom left corner. So here I could talk more about color because I really didn't know what I was going to do. The background was black. Spider, you know, it would make sense if it was black, but not on a black background. So I replayed the colors from the character in the upper right, those gray tones that were in her face, and then created a green glow to replay the green that was in the grub. And now, speaking of green, I'm moving over to the K, where I'm also putting green to just kind of balance it throughout so that your eyes go around the piece. So here I played it safe by repeating what I did in the W on the left hand side, all shades of pink, but I did this in the K with all shades of green and also making it look like it had that beveled look to it. And we're getting close to the end, so if you guys haven't yet, please be sure to hit that like button. I really appreciate it.
Whew, that was a long day, but I think I'm all wrapped up. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, if you liked seeing the graffiti better or the characters better or the mixture of the two that I did today. I had no game plan. I'm super stoked on how it turned out, and I'm about to show you the final product right now.